It began with a royal decree, one that would ripple not just through the pristine corridors of Amalienborg Palace, but across the very fabric of Denmark's royal heritage. On a crisp autumn morning in late 2022, Queen Margrethe II, Europe's longest reigning monarch at the time and a revered figure in Danish society, made an announcement that stunned the nation, and left her own family in emotional disarray. The grandchildren of the Queen, 4 young royals, once regarded as rising stars in the House of Glücksburg, were to be stripped of their princely titles. The announcement arrived like thunder on a clear day. Denmark, known for its restrained and harmonious monarchy, was suddenly at the center of a royal storm. But behind the carefully worded statement and the polite courtesies of the palace, there was a story far more complex. A story of generational tensions, evolving expectations, royal duty, and the enduring weight of a crown passed down through centuries. And most shockingly of all, just days after the decision, Queen Margrethe herself would emerge to do something almost unheard of in royal history. She would apologize. Publicly, emotionally, and very, very personally. This is not merely a tale of titles and crowns. This is a deeply human saga, of a grandmother, a monarch, and a matriarch forced to make a painful decision. A tale of sons and daughters caught in the web of royal obligations and personal feelings. A story that reshaped how the world views monarchy in the 21st century. Join us as we unfold every layer of this astonishing royal drama, with exclusive insights, expert commentary, behind-the-scenes revelations, and the voices of those most deeply affected. The House of Glücksburg will never be the same again. On September 28, 2022, the Danish royal household issued an official statement. It read, "Her Majesty the Queen has decided that, as of January 1, 2023, the descendants of His Royal Highness Prince Joachim will no longer be able to use their princely titles." The words were diplomatic, formal, and in keeping with the carefully curated language of royal tradition. But the message was loud and clear. Queen Margrethe had unilaterally chosen to remove the royal titles from 4 of her grandchildren, Prince Nikolai, Prince Felix, Prince Henrik, and Princess Athena, all children of her youngest son, Prince Joachim. They would henceforth be styled as Count and Countess of Montpezat, a noble title linked to their grandfather, Prince Henrik, but one far removed from the royal status they had held since birth. The justification: the Queen said she wished to allow her grandchildren the freedom to shape their own lives without the constraints of royal titles. In her view, this was a move toward modernizing the monarchy, aligning it with streamlined royal families across Europe, including those of Sweden and Norway. But what was intended as reform quickly spiraled into controversy. Prince Joachim, Queen Margrethe's younger son and father to the affected children, was the first to speak out, and his reaction was raw, unfiltered, and deeply personal. "We are all very sad," he told Danish press. "It's never fun to see your children being mistreated like that. They have been placed in a situation they do not understand." Joachim revealed that the announcement came with little warning, and the children, especially the older ones like Count Nikolai, were deeply shaken. Nikolai, a successful fashion model and university student, said he was blindsided. "We are, as my parents have also stated, in shock at this decision and at how quickly it actually became a reality." Princess Marie, Joachim's second wife and mother to Henrik and Athena, echoed the sentiment. Speaking in French media, she described the experience as deeply emotional. "Children should not be made to feel inferior or different. It's not fair." The Danish public, usually supportive of their monarchy, was taken aback. Social media lit up with debates. Was this a necessary modernization or a cold rejection of family? Was the Queen acting in the interest of the crown or hurting her own grandchildren for political optics? Just 5 days after the announcement, Queen Margrethe, known for her iron composure and regal bearing, did something unexpected. She issued a formal apology. Her statement, released on October 3, 2022, began with a royal rarity: vulnerability. "I have made my decision as queen, mother, and grandmother. But as a mother and grandmother, I have underestimated how much it would affect my family. That makes a big impression, and for that, I am sorry." It was an extraordinary moment. A reigning monarch not merely issuing clarification, but expressing regret. The apology did not reverse the decision, but it acknowledged the pain it had caused. For royal watchers, this was unprecedented. Monarchs do not often explain their decisions, much less apologize for them. But Queen Margrethe, nearing the end of her reign and determined to leave a legacy of a modern monarchy, had chosen to bridge the divide. The Queen's apology was met with mixed reactions. Many applauded her humanity. "It takes strength to admit one may have acted without fully grasping the emotional consequences," said royal historian Lars Hufbach Sorensen. "This is a sign that Margrethe is not just a monarch, she's a grandmother, a mother, and a woman of conscience." Others were more skeptical. "The damage has been done," one Danish commentator wrote. "This apology may be heartfelt, but the children are still stripped of their identities as princes and princess." Yet within Denmark, a deeper discussion had begun. What is the role of monarchy in today's world? Should titles be handed down automatically? Should children be forced into royal roles they may never wish to occupy? And more urgently, what happens when royal duty clashes with personal love? Even as Queen Margrethe tried to mend the wounds with words, it became clear that the royal household was deeply fractured. Relations between Prince Joachim and the main branch of the family, Crown Prince Frederik and Crown Princess Mary, were reportedly tense. Danish tabloids began speculating about royal coldness and a widening divide between the two brothers. Joachim and Marie had already relocated to Paris, where Joachim was serving as a defense attaché. Their distance from Copenhagen mirrored an emotional distance from the rest of the royal family. And after the title stripping, that distance felt greater than ever. Frederik and Mary, for their part, remained silent. Their 4 children, including future King Christian, retained their titles. Some commentators noted the glaring inequality between the two brothers' families. Was this the price of being the spare in a royal system? For Queen Margrethe, the decision to streamline the monarchy was about the long-term survival of the institution. As monarchies across Europe face questions about relevance, cost, and elitism, she believed that paring back would strengthen the crown. But it came at a personal cost. Margrethe, known for her artistic soul and independent spirit, had always maintained a careful balance between her public role and private life. Yet this crisis blurred those lines. Her apology, while deeply moving, did not restore the family unity that had been lost. In trying to shape the monarchy of tomorrow, had she sacrificed the family of today? As 2023 turned into 2024, and eventually into 2025, the aftermath of the Queen's decision continued to unfold. Nikolai and Felix, once styled as princes, have embraced a more private life. Nikolai continues his modeling career, appearing in global fashion campaigns. Felix is focusing on education and entrepreneurship. Henrik and Athena, still in their school years, have adapted quietly, though insiders say the emotional toll remains. Prince Joachim and Princess Marie have taken on new diplomatic roles abroad, but their connection to the core Danish monarchy appears fragile. Joachim has spoken about the emotional strain and the importance of raising children without shame or confusion. Crown Prince Frederik has assumed more responsibility as his mother prepares for eventual abdication. Queen Margrethe, now in her 80s, remains a towering figure, but her reign is no longer without controversy. The story of Queen Margrethe's apology is more than just a royal headline. It's a reflection of the complexities of power, family, and tradition in a modern age. It is about the pain of leadership, the lonely burden of making choices that may wound those you love. It is about change and the cost of that change. And most of all, it is about the enduring mystery of royalty itself, a world where private hearts beat beneath public crowns, where family and duty often collide, and where the choices of one monarch can reshape the future of a nation. Was Queen Margrethe right to prioritize the crown over her grandchildren's titles, or should family come before the institution? Tell us what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment for more in-depth royal documentaries and emotional behind-the-scenes stories. We bring the palace to your screen, one powerful story at a time.